One. Hey everybody, how are you doing? My name is Niko House, and I am here with Brandon Finley. You are now listening to Flag on the Play. Why did I call it Flag on the Play? Well, I just decided that, you know what? A lot of tomfoolery that goes on in sports, and most of it comes out of Finley's mouth. That is for sure.
Yo,
this is the same man who swore Jay Cutler was going to lead the Broncos to the promised land. They're the best
bro.
in the NFL.
Nah. That was the Bears, bro. I said the
Was
Bears.
that the Bears? Yeah, the Bears.
I said
yeah.
It was when they drafted Alshon Jeffrey, man. I said they were be lit with Marshall and you know what? Look at Alshon Jeffrey, one of the highest paid guys. So I wasn't wrong.
That's true.
I wasn't right.
You've been riding Jeffrey Johnson for a minute. So today we got a couple things we're going to talk about. We're going to keep it short today. This is our first broadcast for those of you who don't know. So we would appreciate it if you did, for those of you who are watching on Facebook right now, to share it, tell your friends about it. The page should be up quite often. We're trying to figure out, everybody's schedules are kind of hectic and crazy right now. And so, we're trying to figure out exactly what the time is going to be and what hosts are going to be doing on which day. But you're going to be seeing us pretty consistently here over the next couple of weeks. The first thing that I want to talk about, and I told Finley on the phone, we're going to talk about this. He's in for a surprise because he doesn't know yet. But Russell Westbrook did not make the starting lineup for the All-Star team in the West. Yeah.
Who they put? Steph? Kyrie?
Of course.
No, the West.
Pretty light-skinned Jesus. Basketball Jesus who can do no wrong. Bro. So for those of you who don't know, Russell Westbrook is averaging a triple-double for the season. There has actually not been anyone else to average a triple-double up until this point of their basketball season other than Oscar Robertson. And the only other person to get a triple-double in an NBA season for the entire season is also Oscar Robertson. So essentially what we're seeing Westbrook do right now is something that only one other person in the history of the NBA has done when the talent level was a lot. Well, there was a big differential in talent level compared to what he's doing right now. So what do you feel about that, man? Do you feel like it's warranted? You feel like
it's so weird, right? So this is my initial thought. And my initial question to you is, what is the Thunder's record in comparison to Golden State? Or what is the Thunder's record?
Not even close. I mean, it's Golden State has lost 6 games.
That's the difference in me is kind of, I guess my NFL counterpart to that would be a guy like Drew Brees, where is Russell Westbrook's triple doubles a factor of dominance or is it a representation of volume? Are we talking about a guy who's just everything runs through him now? I mean, who else is on that offense? Victor Oladipo.
Well, here's my thing. Yeah, I said Victor Oladipo is averaging 17 points a game this season, so he's not by himself. Yeah,
well,
Victor Oladipo is third, fourth year veteran.
Yeah. So it's definitely different, right? You can't draw a complete comparison, but my question is, are they looking at quality over quantity in this scenario?
So
that's what the voters are doing.
The NBA All-Star game for the starting lineup are all fan votes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's already.
But also, now you're thinking about the population of California compared to the population.
Exactly.
Of
yeah,
Oklahoma,
I was telling about last night.
If it's fan voted,
it's kind of hard to compete with the entire state of California being bigger than 3-4, almost every single country in the world.
And they probably not voting for Russell with the whole Durant stuff.
Think about it like this: Pachulia is in the starting lineup right now too. Pachulia is the starting center for the Warriors. The dude has probably never ever been in his head. So it definitely is probably at this point a point of volume because at this point you're thinking for the West. Actually, damn no. So it's Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Pachulia, and Kevin Durant all starting. And then you have
it's the Warriors versus the East. Like
James Harden made the 2 guard because they only do front court, back court now, and so James Harden
cutting out on me. I couldn't hear
So
there it is. He's back.
And granted, yeah, they both have better records, but like I said about history. This is the guy is making history. Westbrook is a freak of nature. It's not only him making history, but it's like if you ask the average person on the street who the Golden State Warriors have on their team, they have all-stars coming off the bench.
Right.
You know, like 4 all-stars coming off the bench right now. And it wasn't like they were, former all-stars a long time ago. About 4 or 5 years ago. And then, Iggy moved to the bench. Andre Iguodala moved to the bench only to make the team better. But with Westbrook, Steven Adams? Who he was because he came from the Magic.
Right.
But you don't know who the hell. You damn sure most people don't know who's coming off the bench for the Thunder.
I don't know who's
after cancer.
I don't even know who's playing the 3 right now.
Yeah, Roberson plays it sometimes, and Anthony Morrow comes on and plays it sometimes. But it just ultimately comes doing more with less.
Yeah.
In the West, 6th seed. Well, he's bouncing back and forth between 5th seed and 6th seed depending on the week. Doing something that no one else has done. On top of that, scoring champion, right, as of right now, by 3 to 4 points.
Yeah.
So, in what world, because right now, Durant's carrying the shoulder load. So, in what world is Steph Curry, it's not...
It's definitely it's evident. I feel like it's evident. Like we all know, like when you got a 2-guard on that team and Klay Thompson, who will throw 60 up in 3 quarters when he gets hot, it's pretty evident that team is just too talented. Like Steph, not that Steph couldn't go to another team and produce, right? Because that's the messy argument. Like, oh, he can't. If he went to a East team, there's not a chance. But there's just when I think about what they can do and skill set wise. I gotta take Westbrook. I'd say Westbrook by far. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, how I feel about it. I feel like Westbrook.
I know how you feel about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. For those of you who don't know, man, we used to go. Me and our other. We was riding out for Westbrook before the world had turned screaming Westbrook's name, saying that Westbrook's better than Kevin. One of the only people who knew that Westbrook averaged the exact same statistic. It was the MVP season. That should have been LeBron's really MVP season.
Right.
But and people laughed at it. Finley was one of them. He was on the Rose train. I'm a Knicks fan, so I gotta be a Rose fan now. But Finley was laughing. We said
you're cursed.
Best player. Like, what? Get the hell out of here. He doesn't like to pass the ball. He said. If you watch that game, watch any game, but I know most of you all watch the Warriors game. If you watch that game, you will know Westbrook is not a selfish assister. He's not a Rajon Rondo, as I like to call. Rajon Rondo will pass up a layup to throw it to the 3-point line just so he can, have a pretty assist. But Westbrook he walks the ball down the court, he dishes it off. Lets the players get in the rhythm. He makes sure that ball movement is prominent. And then if he has the ball and he has to make the last decision, he'll still give it up if there's a better shot available. But who else is going to do it? But skill set wise, who is better than Westbrook overall, skill set wise?
Bron, maybe.
How?
Better. First off, 6'8" monster. Okay,
6'8" monster. That hurts him. If anything, that's damning. Why are you not a walking triple double every night if you're a 6'8" monster?
Bron's a better passer.
Okay, I can give him that
by far. And I put Bron up there with the elite when it comes to passing. Not necessarily. Well, I read a comment on Reddit the other day. It said Bron is not a better passer than Stockton, right, or Nash, but because he's so tall and be able to see over defenders, he's able to make passes that those guys couldn't. So don't misconstrue it. I'm not saying he's a better passer than the elite point guards of all time. Nash.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd and those kind of guys. But for sure, he makes passes that guys just can't make.
Oh yeah, I mean, 100% agree.
I'm actually on the. I don't know who's the better ISO guy out of the two. I don't think I've seen an ISO guy
like
Westbrook. Russell Westbrook since
because it's a matter of when you're talking about ISO. You ISO ball is, can I get to the rack? If 2-on-2, who's gonna get? If the foul isn't present, it isn't being, because Westbrook. Right. Of basketball, he's not gonna get those foul calls. He's gonna get to the rack and he gotta convert. I'm gonna go Westbrook. I mean, LeBron misses a lot of shots at the rim, bro. He missed a lot.
Westbrook is one of my favorite ISO ball players. I mean, I love Westbrook. Like I said, on Reddit, I saw a guy talking. There was a discussion about who's better, Westbrook or Iverson, in regards to ISO. And I think you give it to Westbrook because Westbrook is. I think you give it to Westbrook because of his ability to finish at the rim. It's just so big. Yeah. But if Iverson played today with the amount of fouls that get called, I'm talking 40 free throws, bro. I'm talking 40 free throws, y'all.
Iverson would be foul. I mean, you got to think look at what Isaiah Thomas can do with a very similar gameplay to Allen Iverson. And Iverson, man, we were still transitioning into the zone defense when Iverson, when he first got there to when he retired. Yep. Man, Iverson would eat the zone up.
He'd eat you up.
He would eat you up. Like, there's nothing you're doing about it. If people paid attention, Iverson would get the same type of shots that Westbrook gets, that Chris. In between shots, when you're trying to switch up, man, you're discombobulated trying to figure out who to guard. They're putting up a shot. They're putting up a floater. They're slashing to the basket. They're using your big man against you, making you run into your big man, and that's the type of shots that Westbrook gets. But I would say this, though. I think there's maybe one player, two players in the league that play the pick and roll better than Russell Westbrook. And maybe Curry because of their abilities to dribble. But when you're talking about the efficiency of the pick and roll, I don't think there's anybody more efficient at the pick and roll than Westbrook, because if I'm Curry has to dribble around. He has to, prepare to dish it out because he can't necessarily he can get to the rack really well, but it's just a different type of getting to the rack. Whereas the same thing with the Chris Paul. Chris Paul's gonna dribble you, cross you up, use deceptive quickness. Westbrook is 3 dribbles. I'm either at the rack or I'm making an assist, or I'm shooting.
Yeah.
I watched the
other day. I watched the Sham God the other day. It's an old one, but I'm talking about
who?
Russell, when he hit the Sham God on this dude driving, I think it was the Suns, bro.
Oh,
it was a while ago.
Man,
I was just rewatching all my favorite
highlights. Bro.
And then he dished out to Steven Adams. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was wild.
Not many people can do what Russell can do. But I got Finley. This would be my wild NBA prediction for you, because you said some nonsense, some flag on the play. Get your hand on the yellow flag right now, because you about to throw it. All right. In 3 years.
Lucky I'm getting the yellow flag. Y'all don't know I'm getting the yellow flag.
You ready? I'm going to see what you're going to throw the flag. You already got your hand on your hip, right? In 3 years, the best player in the NBA will not be LeBron. It will not be Russell Westbrook. It will be Giannis.
Okay, I can't throw a flag on that.
No flag?
I can't throw a flag on that. Me and David just had that conversation the other day. Everybody agreed with you. I think that Giannis has actually been since he's come into this league, he's been underplayed like this guy who he's really tall and really average, and maybe slightly. I'm like, no, this guy's averaging the same number as LeBron was at 19.
Yeah, he might be the best transition guard. He might be the best transition player.
Yeah, at 20, he's doing shit LeBron hasn't done.
Yeah, once he develops more of a mid range and that half court
offense. Look, if this dude gets a mid range,
who's blocking him? Who's blocking him?
Porzingis. That's it.
Yeah, that's you gonna bring Porzingis out there? You gonna get dunked
Porzingis,
on,
I would. Hell yeah, I feel like you gotta put him on him because he can guard. He pretty nimble for a big dude, man. Yeah. I mean, that's what makes him so talented.
He's got
but
when you
the best player in the league will absolutely be either Giannis, it'll be Anthony Davis, Kristaps Porzingis, Karl Anthony Towns, And people are putting Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons in there. I haven't seen Ben Simmons come, but Charles Barkley at camp watching him, at practice watching him, and he was like, the 76ers in 3 years are going to be a championship contender.
Yeah, very similar to like Ben, man.
Bruh, I mean, he gained weight mad fast. He's very talented. I feel like, here's my thing. I put the edge for the future over I give the 76ers right now, as long as Embiid and Ben Simmons stay healthy, I give the edge to the Sixers over the Lakers.
Right.
Because I see a champion in Embiid. I don't see one in what's his name? D'Angelo Russell. I don't see one, and damn sure don't see one in Brandon Ingram. I have a lot of respect for Brandon Ingram's skill. He's too lackadaisical. He doesn't want it like a Joel Embiid does. He's not going to put himself out there. Doesn't give a shit how people see him. He's very just to himself. But there's a difference. I was explaining this to my brother yesterday, why the difference between Melo and LeBron. I said the sad shit is Melo's a better player than LeBron. Melo has been a better player than LeBron his entire career. But that's not what wins you rings. Skill has never won you a ring in the NBA. And it's facts of life. With Michael Jordan's will. He willed himself, 35% shooting percentage in that damn Jazz game. In games, 6 or 5 or some shit like that. And he willed himself to a championship. Yeah. LeBron willed himself. And granted, some other Hall of Famers helped him, but at the same time, he willed himself. He willed himself to that. He was not shooting well. That last, in Game 7 of Warriors versus the Cavs, he was not shooting well. He was shooting like shit. And people don't really realize. But you know what? He said, if I can't shoot today, then I'm going to have to play defense and turn it into instant offense on the other end. And Carmelo don't have that. Yeah. He's not going to have that. And that's why I like having a Joakim Noah or a Porzingis. And people ask me why I would be okay with trading Melo. And I'm like, because I want a Jason Kidd back. If I can get Jason Kidd at 35 years old back on the team, I'd take him. Because the one consistent thing about Jason Kidd, since he's been on the Knicks, is that every team he is on or coaching goes to the damn playoffs. It's not a coincidence. You can say, okay, he was on a stacked Knicks team. Okay, then what happened when he went to the Nets? Yeah, okay, he was on a stacked Nets team. Okay, why the hell did the Nets, literally with the same team, disappear after Jason Kidd leaves? And then he goes to the Bucks, and Bucks are a playoff team again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about that. It's a championship mentality. And not everybody has it. But a player like Joel Embiid definitely has it. It's the reason I will always, people ask me, well, to this day, if you start a team, who you take, KD or Westbrook? Westbrook, 100% of the time. There's no competition. Because I can get skill.
Yeah. I can surround him with skill.
Yeah. But I can't get somebody who averages 30 points a game, 52% like KD. I can get somebody to average 26 points. There's plenty of people that average 26 points a game, 48%.
Mm-hmm.
But
absolutely
championship. But what do you do when you can't get? Whenever you're uncomfortable, how do you react? And you can't teach that, man. So enough of basketball. What's up with this football, man? What's your predictions?
Well, let's go right into the exact same argument we were just talking about, which is heart versus skill, the championship mentality. Whew. And I think that is the number one reason I'm picking Green Bay over Atlanta. It's going to be championship mentality. They've been there before. They've been there and won. They've been there and lost. They've been there, and by the grace of Aaron Rodgers' right arm, they've persevered.
Referee. Because of them flags on the play. That's why. Plug in. Because all them flags on the play. Aaron Rodgers get some calls now.
There's that, but that's what happens when you're the best, man. And really,
the what?
I think right now, Tom exists.
I'm about to say right now. He could be the best in the NFC. Let's leave it at that.
I think we'll go into Tom for sure, but we're looking at an Atlanta team that's stacked, right? Offensively, they got not one, but two excellent running backs that present two very different styles. You have Devonta Freeman who can run the football well, but catch out of the backfield extremely well. And you got Tevin Coleman who can not only catch out of the backfield, but he presents more power. He's from Indiana. And what I love about Tevin Coleman, bro, is he runs a 4.4. He's got all the speed in the world. But when he was at Indiana his senior year, they were down to like a true freshman playing quarterback. So they loaded boxes against this cat, and he was still running for a buck 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't care. He can power run all day. He's a big guy too. He's like 6'1", 6'2", 220. So plenty of size at running back. But and not only that, how am I gonna forget Julio Jones, right? Who might be
he's got a toe injury right now, though, I think. It's still,
he read that he's good to go. He practiced fully, so he'll be good to go. So the big thing there is, while I love Green Bay, and I think Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs is almost unstoppable, and how he's playing right now is almost unstoppable. You cannot ignore the fact that they're starting literally like nobody at cornerback. And if you're going to throw Julio and Taylor Gabriel and Mohamed Sanu out there, and you're going to try and guard them with backups, with the way Matt Ryan's playing right now, there's not a chance. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard. So at this point, you're going, okay, it's going to be a crap.
Say that again. You were breaking up a little bit.
My bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're good.
Basically, with Julio and Gabriel and Mohamed Sanu, they're not starting anybody at cornerback for the Packers that those three should be scared of. So
yeah,
when it comes to Atlanta's offense versus Green Bay's defense, I give the edge to Atlanta's offense for sure. Now, we have to look at the other side, Green Bay's offense versus Atlanta's defense. You got Vic Beasley in Atlanta, who led the NFL in sacks.
Mm-hmm.
You got talent in the secondary with Trufant. Keanu Neal's nice. You know what I'm saying? There's not trash in the secondary. But now, I don't think they can do it for Aaron Rodgers. So I'm giving the edge to Aaron Rodgers.
Straight like that. It's like, yeah, they're talented, but it's Aaron Rodgers. So Jordy Nelson won't be playing. He's actually sick. So I know they expect him to play, but right now he's sick. So that we'll put that as, I don't know. Man, you got Randall Cobb. You got Devontae Adams playing at an elevated level. They're going to find a way to run the football with Ty Montgomery and that Ripkowski guy. So whenever I'm in that situation of it's even talent-wise and it's even matchup, I got to go with who's been there. And how many times has Atlanta let everybody down? You know? Man, look, I tell people that I still remember the game that Matt Ryan, this was the year before Antonio Gonzalez retired.
Oh, no.
And Matt Ryan had Antonio Gonzalez, Julio Jones, Roddy White. Who's the running back at the time?
Michael Turner.
Yeah, Michael Turner. All he had to do was get down the field and score a touchdown. And I know people are like, what do you mean in the game-winning? No, there's no such thing as a game-winning drive. It should have been fast forward to the end. It should have been over. You have 3 Hall of Famers in your wide receiving core, and you were putting up 450-yard, 470-yard games during the season. Has consistently been top 3 in passing yards. So obviously we know your talent's there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're KD of the NFL. Let's keep it hot. He's KD of the NFL. He's efficient as hell.
Right.
It's not really much he doesn't do well, except for when it matters.
It's like he's here, right? And right now, this season, right, he's playing like an MVP. He's elevated. But when you elevated your game, you're playing outside of your norm. But his elevated game is Aaron Rodgers' norm.
His norm.
So it's just like
shit. His elevated game, Aaron Rodgers' norm. It's
a matter of how long.
Tom Brady's norm.
Right. How long can that elevated play continue? And I think this is where the road cuts out. Is the NFC Championship. Is that a fail of a season? No. Is Matt Ryan not the MVP? I think he's still the MVP from this season.
The regular
mainly
season,
because Tom didn't have as many games. Because if Tom had them games back, bro, God knows, bro.
Plus,
God knows.
Hey, there's a huge difference between the the MVP of the regular season and the Super Bowl MVP. There's a reason that they have two different
titles.
Talk
to Peyton Manning all about that, bro. Talk to Peyton Manning all about that.
Yeah, Peyton Manning's whole career. Peyton Manning is not a Super Bowl MVP. He's not a conference championship MVP. He'll always be the regular season champion. But when people tell me I'm starting with a team, I had a choice between Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Matt Ryan, and everybody else taking but Peyton and Eli. I'm taking Eli Manning. And they're like, why? I said, because I gotta win the playoffs some point in my career. I want a ring without hoping that the other team everybody else in the NFL falls to injury, because that's essentially how he got his 2 rings. That even people underestimate how banged up the Panthers were when they went into that championship game. They're pretty banged up, and so I'm taking Eli. But what does it come down to? Eli, Peyton Manning is not. It's what it is. It's not.
I mean, Eli did write some coattails. He wrote, Eli rode the coattails. Now, I love Eli because of his efficiency, and people go, well, efficiency, but who was he throwing to for a while? Hakeem Nicks? Yeah. Mario Manningham?
Victor Cruz
was in and out. Victor Cruz has been out. The moment they get him a receiving core, the moment they got him Odell.
I mean, that's what. Yeah, I was the moment they got him Odell Beckham, they're a playoff team.
Odell 30 touchdowns for a full season. Yeah, we're looking at 4,000-yard seasons. And Eli, I think his health and his leadership and his ability to make throws, people underestimate that. Like, there's that factor like Tom and Aaron have that are just like, they make the amazing things happen. But Eli is so efficient on throws that not everybody in the NFL can make. And I think that's what makes him the player that he is, a top 10 quarterback, because of his longevity and because he can make things routine.
Eli is also good for the team because I think he really everything he does is in relation to his teammates. He reciprocates his teammates' energy. And he can be playing terribly, but you can't tell Eli that if my team is hot, then I'm playing great. Mm-hmm. He could be 38% for throwing for 38% for the game. But if the team is hot, they're somehow up by 3 or only down by 3 and going to the fourth quarter, Eli hot in his head. That's why he said, you heard, he said they were they were trying to sit him for the final game of the week of the season. And he's like, nah, nope, I need to be hot before I go into the playoffs. Said it straight up.
Yeah.
Then I'm hot. If we're not hot, then I'm not hot. So I need to be thrown. And in the fourth quarter, they can be down by 3. He can be playing shit the whole game. But if he needs to win that game in his head, all the other plays don't matter anymore. Because he doesn't have the ego. His stats, he's like, I'm never going to have Tom Brady stats or Peyton stats or Aaron Rodgers stats. I'm never going to have them stats. What I'm going to have, though, is, not necessarily as many as Brady, but as many as potentially as many as Aaron. Or Aaron Rodgers has 1 or 2.
Aaron Rodgers has 1. Right. I want to say Aaron has 1. He could have.
Yeah, so more than Aaron. The tie with Peyton. Peyton got 2 asterisks. He got an asterisk beside that second one, but
with a picture of Von Miller's face right here.
And not only do you have rings, but you have them by beating the undeniable. That was possibly the best team in history, first of all. And still, when they played in the second time, undeniably still the best team in the league. Even when the Giants won, the Patriots were the best team in the league. So that's why whenever I gotta, it's like it's something that isn't tangible, but when someone has it when you need to win a game. Yeah, because skill can only get you thus far if the mind isn't connected to that skill.
For sure. So since we're on Tom, we might as well just move into the next one. Tom versus that Pittsburgh offense, and I saw a good infographic talking about how the best quarterback. I mean, these are the Let me list you some quarterbacks that the Patriots defense have played this year. Okay, Andy Dalton, Russell Wilson. So right. Cody Kessler, Ryan Tannehill, Matt Moore, did I say Cody Kessler already? I said Cody Kessler, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brock Osweiler.
They're all right.
These are nobodies, bro. These are nobodies.
They ain't nobody. You know, it's somebody.
Joe
it's somebody
Flacco.
to somebody.
Joe Flacco.
Hey, Joe Flacco. Hey, don't hate on Joe Flacco, bro.
The point is,
don't hate on Flacco.
Outside of Russell Wilson, bro.
In this show, there will be no Flacco slander.
Outside of Russell Wilson, which is a game that they lost, right? The only quarterback that they played better than Andy Dalton is Russell Wilson. That's the game they lost. That defense has been untested. Does that mean that defense is bad? No, because you can't help who you get scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would I feel if you went into a gym to play one-on-one and you said every day, I'm going to be here at 1 o'clock, come play me one-on-one, and scrubs keep showing up. And then we say Niko's a scrub because he can only beat these dudes. And you're like, well, I can't help who shows up. I can only be there when I'm supposed to be there. Yeah, that's part of it. It's not on you in the NFL. It's not like, oh, we can fault them because people did that to Carolina last year, right? Carolina played some trash teams. It's not Carolina's fault. And when they got into the playoffs and they played Seattle, slapped them. When they played Arizona, slapped them. Bro, they beat them so bad. We were watching the Cardinals did this Amazon thing on Amazon where it's called All or Nothing. It's like Hard Knocks where they followed them all season long. It was 8 episodes. It's really good. Check it out. You can watch it free. But we're on episode 7, and my girlfriend, Lehua, she's like, oh, I love the Cardinals. She like Carson Palmer, thought he was funny. Like Patrick Peterson, loved the show. We got to episode 8 right before they were about to play the Panthers, and I looked at him. I was like, babe, you might not want to watch this. She was like, why not? And I was like, because Cam Newton's about to ruin your whole life. Like, Cam Newton's about to do some dirty things to your whole life right now if you're a Cardinals fan. So, you can't fault Tom Brady and company for who they play, right? This is still Bill Belichick. This is still the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. And I love Antonio Brown, but they do have a good secondary. They have an experienced secondary in New England with Devin McCourty at safety, Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan. These aren't trash players. Is it going to be hard? Yeah, but the fact that Pittsburgh struggled against a team like Kansas City and didn't score a touchdown, they kicked 6 field goals. You can't kick 6 field goals and beat Tom Brady. You can beat Alex Smith, but you ain't kicking 6 field goals.
Tom Brady, when it comes to the playoffs, man, I wish I can get the statistics, but he's going to put up 2 touchdowns at least in the first 2 quarters. And that's being optimistic for Pittsburgh. Because it's the difference between – so here's the difference between when I scout any other team we're talking about, I'm worried I got to piece together your defense. Okay, what kind of defense against this quarterback? Who do they have to stop this weapon? It don't really matter. If it's Tom Brady is Tom Brady. Your defense doesn't matter because Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are going to outcoach your defense. And it's going to really come down to, can you keep the Patriots defense on the field long enough through well-managed gameplay to keep Tom Brady off the field? And that's what the game's going to come down to.
For sure.
You know, it's
and not having
it's pretty much the same game plan, honestly, that everybody's been running in the NFC against Aaron Rodgers, but it's been failing.
Yeah.
But you got to keep.
It's tough. It's tough to do that.
It's oversimplification, but at the same time, when it comes to Brady, it's not. You got to keep him off the field,
right?
And they can because they have Le'Veon and they have Brown.
If you run the football against New England, you'll beat New England. That's just how it is now. That's the challenge, is running the ball against New England. But Le'Veon Bell's the best running back in the NFL. I can't name a guy who's better. I know you can look at David Johnson out there. He did his thing in Arizona.
Yeah.
I know there's Ezekiel Elliott, who everybody loves to throw out there, but they have an incredible line. But Le'Veon Bell's stupid, bro. Le'Veon Bell's played 3 less games than everybody else. He's got more rushing yards than David Johnson and just as many receiving yards. So the dude that everybody's like, he's got the best season since Marshall Faulk or Matt Forte back in the day, blah, 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 blah. And then Le'Veon Bell, this dude is doing the same exact numbers you got in 3 less games. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's wild. Le'Veon's a monster, man. Le'Veon's
ridiculous, bro. And nobody has ever done it like him.
Steelers head coach,
Mike Tomlin.
He's not to be. Yeah, Tomlin's not to be trifled with either. He is not a scrub.
He's been there. They have been there. And this is a game that everybody's like. They have been there. Like, this is compared to the other game where Atlanta hasn't. Like, they're finding themselves in like uncharted territory. Like, what is the NFC Championship? We ain't been here in a minute. Now this is a team against two quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger he's on that same train that Eli is, bro. He's just been around forever. And he's got 2 rings. So who you got?
Been around forever, that's what I'm saying. With
who you got?
See, I gotta go again. I gotta go for Brady, because when Brady has a vendetta, somebody got to pay. The Steelers are just in the path, bro. They're in the pathway. They're in the pathway of him getting to shake Roger Goodell's hand, because he's going to end up being the Super Bowl MVP when he goes. And he wants to shake his hand and be like, you want to feel the balls, make sure they're not deflated, bro? Like,
bro, oh my God. I don't, and we'll get to Super Bowl week when it's time to talk about Super Bowl week, but I had the same. I don't think that Pittsburgh did enough against Kansas City to convince me that they can beat a team like New England. Now, New England didn't play the best game against Houston, but Houston has a really underrated defense, even without J.J. Watt. You know, we're looking like freaks like Clowney out there. Jonathan Joseph's playing elevated football. Andre House
boy,
playing
Clowney.
But
Clowney is not a game, boy. That boy. I thought he was going to, after that injury, I thought it was over for him, bro.
I was done. No, bro. That dude is too big of a beast. So he's just.
It made me happy. I like, when dudes with that much potential come back off a major injury, and a lot of people think it's over for him, and he's staying. That dude, he's a new Julius Peppers.
Right.
He's a freak.
That's a very good comparison. Julius Peppers, bro. And we were talking about him. He's probably going to end up being, I don't think he'll be first ballot, but he'll be a Hall of Famer. And if you're thinking like, I don't know,
Julius Peppers?
Look at his number. Yeah, look at his numbers, bro.
Bro, he's been to
stupid.
Super Bowl. He's been to playoff multiple times, multiple Pro Bowl. Bro, he's first ballot.
His numbers are stupid, bro. Julius Peppers is a freak.
I can't remember. I know the NBA. So. I know basketball has one overall Hall of Fame. Does football have their own Hall of Fame?
It's separate. It's NFL and then college.
So,
yeah, it's separate.
Probably there's so many damn college players.
Like, it's weird. Like, Carmelo will make the Basketball Hall of Fame solely off of his plays.
Bruh, yes. Like, not just Syracuse, bruh. High school is included in it, too.
Right.
So you talking about, I think he's a state champion, national champion.
John Wall should make it off of his fucking Ball Is Life mixtape, bro. I was watching that the other day, too.
Did Kentucky did he win that year when he was at Kentucky? I think they got beat. They got, like, berated from 3, didn't they? From deep.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of players that gonna make the Basketball Hall of Fame off of
just college play.
That's
JJ Redick, get him
players.
In there, bro. Get my boy JJ in there for that Duke play.
Hey, you can't not put.
Bro, I
like you can't because he Duke play. Plus, he's actually pretty nice right now. He gets one ring. And that's
my favorite thing about JJ. My favorite thing about JJ is like when you watch that was like the Chris Paul era of Wake Forest, and he used to clown Chris Paul.
Bro, that's wild.
Like people ain't know that. Like there's a clip out there of JJ like driving and just stopping at the free throw line, and Chris Paul is like sliding on skates, bro. I'll send it to you here, and I'll post it to the channel. Like JJ used to clown Chris Paul, bro. Like.
It's crazy to me what the play is. I guess, like I said, I guess it comes down to attitude. Not that JJ Redick got a championship attitude, but there's some people who are built to they emulate the best possibility of the end. Tim Duncan was nice, but he wasn't the best player he wasn't the best big man in the country when he left Wake Forest. Yeah. Chris Paul wasn't the best point guard in the country when he left Wake Forest, but he comes into the league rookie of the year.
And it's also system, and it's also just how you elevate, how your play fits.
It's training staff, your coaching. Point guard coaches are a big deal.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, because JJ could play point guard in college, he couldn't play point guard right now in NBA.
Oh yeah, he didn't play point guard. He was a screen shooter,
deceptively
bro. He was
quick,
shoot, bro.
Yeah.
They had that boy Jalen. Was it Jalen Smith? With the pointy ears, he played for Duke for a little bit.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Bro.
They had Juhan, bro. They had Sheldon Williams at the 5. That was I'm gonna go watch some Duke basketball.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yep, I think we got. I think. Yeah, man. I think football wise, I think we both agree here. New England and Green Bay, but.
New England,
Pittsburgh versus Atlanta Super Bowl wouldn't let us down either. Like that's not a bad matchup either. So
Yeah. Well, you know what we gotta do. We gotta after these. When's the game? Are they both on Sunday?
I don't know. Probably.
They're both on Sunday.
Probably.
Well, we'll go ahead and we'll cover that. We'll cover that for everybody. We'll definitely keep up with this this growing drama between Russell Westbrook and the entire Warriors team. You should watch the video. I can't really use the explicatives because we gotta go to YouTube. We gotta put this on YouTube. But a lot of B words, N words, and A words from Westbrook towards Durant during that game. Man, look, he don't like him. You don't like him. And I don't blame him. But that's a conversation for a different day. We definitely want to cover that though. But yeah, man, thanks everybody for watching. Finley has to go be domesticated, do grocery shopping, things that pay his taxes on time. Make sure he pays over on his credit card debt, things that white people do. Maintain that.
Bro, milk is $8 in Hawaii, bro. I'm about to be broke after this.
Man, you better start selling drugs.
Bro.
What?
I thought I got out of the bill, man.
I'm officially lactose intolerant. Damn, man.
You might as well just buy ice cream and let it melt at this point.
Shit. No, you might as well just buy the cow. This cow will be cheaper. But, all right, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Fun, man. Peace out, man.
All right, later.